Hello friends, I'm Amel, and welcome back to my Sin City Sidequests series. In my previous thrifting episode, I took a look at the overwhelming and underwhelming experience of thrifting in Las Vegas. I'll share that link in the description below if you'd like to check it out. But today we're switching it up, we're going antiquing. Taking time for a curated view of what secondhand treasures Las Vegas has to offer. Happily, there were plenty of interesting items to see. In this episode, I'm checking out 3 highly recommended antique malls in Las Vegas, each with its own vibe, treasures, oddities, and potential hazards to the wallet. Let's see what we can find. We are on our way to Charleston Antique Mall. This shop packs a lot into its modest footprint, about 18,000 square feet and over 75 dealers. We're making this our first antiquing stop as their website states it was voted Best Antique Mall in Las Vegas for 4 years. First impression? After seeing all the tiki items right as you walk in, we were inclined to agree with that Best Of award. Trevor Foster, Trader Vic's, and Vintage Hawaiiana, this was already shaping up to be a great start. As much as I love the thrill of the hunt while thrifting, I adore antique malls for a completely different reason. I always find something I've never seen before, like this Craftmaster. I love reading tags and learning about pieces. Antique malls feel a little like museums, except you can buy something if you fall in love with it. As to be expected, there were plenty of vintage Vegas artifacts to be admired. The rhino bookend caught my eye right away, and then I spotted a few tiki mugs tucked into the corner, just waiting to be discovered. Every booth was packed with fascinating pieces. It can get a bit overstimulating. Your eyes don't know where to land with so much to take in. If you plan a visit, set aside a good chunk of time. You'll want it. I'm in love with the color story of these curated pieces. There are so many aisles to wander through, but they're nicely marked so it's easy to stay oriented. I always go up one side of an aisle and down the other. It's my fail-safe way to make sure nothing gets missed. Our first keeper of the day, this adorable Coco Joe's keyring. And yes, he still has his original tag. Love that. It would be hard to miss this cotton candy colored booth. Looks like we found some more things to bring home. This carved wooden owl was so unique. The shape, the pose, everything about it. Absolutely adorable. But I left it behind for another lucky collector. And here we go, more tiki. Honestly, this place might have the highest tiki density per square foot of any antique mall I've ever been in. If you're dreaming up a home bar, there's plenty of vintage glassware and decor ready for its next party. And the critters! Cats, owls, hippos. This place was basically a mini menagerie. If you've got an animal collection at home, there's a good chance you'd find your next favorite here. A perfect example of an eclectic mix, from neon to nautical. Plenty to look at, plenty to admire, plenty to inspire. Glitz and glam, this booth had plenty of vintage va-va-voom. Here we find relics of Vegas's tiki past, the Aku Aku, once a Polynesian escape inside the long-gone Stardust Casino. Montage mode activated. Heads up, literally. You may miss something weird or wonderful if you don't take time to look up. Buttons, beads, and forgotten trinkets, reborn as sparkling decor. Love the creative use of broken bits to glam up some pumpkins. After 3 hours of browsing every nook and cranny, we finally made our way to the front desk to collect our treasures. It was time to move on to our next stop of the day. Don't worry, I'll share all of our antique mall purchases in the find section coming up. It's antiquing day 2, and I'm warming up with Peddlers Antique Mall, a location with 7,500 square feet of vintage shopping and around 36 vendors. This booth was a tiki treasure trove. Mugs, prints, lighting, floats, shirts, you name it, from vintage to modern. So many Kit Kat clocks. Retro nostalgia at its finest. Looks like my Vegas Goodwill find has family. Here's another cat fishbowl in the wild. Apparently, Tanukis have claimed the title of spirit animal for my Vegas trip. An hour later, I'd conquered the shop. Onward to the next adventure. My final antiquing stop is Antique Mall of America. This is a big one, roughly 43,000 square feet and over 140 vendors. If you came to Las Vegas to lose yourself in vintage wares, you can do it here. Depending on your browsing speed, expect to spend 3 to 5 hours walking every aisle. Right out of the gate, a treasure trove of vintage jewelry and tiki delights. What an amazing collection of figural locks. Fish, camel, lion, frog. I've never seen this much variety in one place. Seems like aisles and aisles for miles and miles. Plenty to look at in every direction. Hello, Casper. This booth was bursting with three-dimensional purses, jack-o'-lanterns, skulls, horses, dogs, even teapots. These aren't just purses, they're wearable art. This mug practically begs to be filled with hot cocoa and enjoyed under a blanket. But wait, there's more. This place just keeps going. A vintage rattan aquarium? Now that's the perfect stage for tiki mugs or nautical treasures. I'm familiar with Francoma pottery, but I've never seen these purple Art Nouveau ladies before. Absolutely lovely. These figures are definitely weird and wonderful, but I was most captivated by the beadwork. The hours of work that must have gone into some of these pieces is staggering. Moving on, if you didn't pack a shirt for the local tiki bars, no worries. You'll find one here that'll have you fitting right in. After a marathon of browsing, roughly 3 hours, I was ready to call it a day and grab some dinner. Now let's dive into the finds. Our first find from the Charleston Antique Mall was this Coco Joe's keychain. And he was $12 and still had his original tags. Our second find, also from the Charleston Antique Mall, were the 3 Westwood mini shot glasses. Those are already in the tiki bar, so I'll share the information on the screen about those. They were $3.45 each, I believe, so very reasonable. The third and final find from the Charleston Antique Mall were these vintage sterling silver and turquoise squash blossom earrings. They are screwback, but I will be converting those out to sterling silver ear wires so I can wear them. Any information, of course, I will share on the screen. That wraps up our antiquing adventure. If you like poking around the antique malls with me, hit that like button and subscribe for future thrifting and crafting content. What are some of the coolest or quirkiest things that you've found at an antique shop? Share your stories in the comments below. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.